Yeah, so Jamie, this is the second time today that the Office of Superintendent of Public Instructions held this huge work group. And a lot of parents, understandably, are asking, what is school going to look like in the fall? And we are getting a clearer picture today. The decision over what schools will look like this fall will have a profound impact on the more than 2 million parents and their children across Washington state.
There may not be a chance to bring everybody back in every building at one time.
Today, more than 200 minds got together online again, a work group with some intense pressures to provide guidelines for school districts by Monday. Although there are 7 different models up on the screen, models 3 and 5 are getting the most attention. For model 3, the split or rotating schedule, this means students could possibly have 1 to 2 days of learning in the classroom every week. The rest is online distance learning. Model 5 is the phased-in learning. This means the possibility of 1 week on inside the classroom for about 4 hours and then 1 week off.
It sounded as though you guys were leaning towards non-traditional learning, as in the split schedules or the phased-in learning, more so than the Monday through Friday traditional learning. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, we know based on what we know now and what the Department of Health has helped us to learn, that students need, or districts need to plan rather for some level of hybrid models next year.
If that becomes our new normal this fall, the impacts will be especially hard to special needs kids and low-income families. Also, the racial disparities in place now could grow even more.
The events that we're living through right now have made it so explicitly crystal clear the inequities that we have and the work that we need to do to address those.
OSPI is scrambling to identify more childcare resources to fill the major gaps if we have to go into the hybrid models. They're also finding ways to improve online learning, looking at countries like South Korea that has widespread Wi-Fi connectivity and technology for all students.
We know in the United States and here in Washington, that is not the case. So how can we catch up to that by the fall if we needed to continue this kind of long distance learning?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think our school systems thus far this spring have done a phenomenal job of increasing the capacity, getting both devices and connectivity built up.
But OSPI says there is still a long way to go.
I would just say this won't be done by the education sector alone. It has to be a broader conversation, philanthropic conversation. Likely our policymakers need to be involved.
So look, what you just heard, I know many parents, that's not something you wanted to hear because everybody wants to get back to normal, of course. And that's how OSPI officials feel, and that's how many educators feel across the country. But they say they have to listen to health experts. And right now they do not know what COVID-19 is going to do. They're worried about that second wave. So they really have to have all contingencies in place. Guys, back to you.
All right.